You said you didn't get like in fights with prisoners, but did the screws actually physically assault you?
Yeah.
Over what kind of shit did they make up?
Daft stuff.
Could you give us an example story?
Okay, here's an example. In prison, every Sunday you get a cooked breakfast. I'm in Walton. The screws don't like us anyway, whatever reasons. I'm in Walton. We get opened up on the Sunday for breakfast. They open me up last on purpose. It's all on purpose. I'm the last one out. It's controlled unlock. Everyone else is being locked. They've got the scran, got the breakfast locked up. They've let me out last. So when I'm going to survey, there's 8 screws at the survey because no more screws are unlocking now. All the ones that were unlocking, I've locked everyone up and now they're by the survey. So when I'm coming for the survey, there's 8 screws there. Right, they know I'm a vegetarian. They know I don't eat meat in the prison system. You shouldn't, right? I've gone there. I'm looking, want my breakfast like every other man. You're entitled to your breakfast of a morning. I've gone there. There's no vegetarian meals left. But a screw's eating a sausage. All right, so you're eating my sausage. Is that what you're trying to tell me? I know it's only a sausage, right? But it's the principle of the fact I'm entitled to this type of breakfast. I want this type of breakfast. I don't eat that meat. I eat this. I want this. I want that.
You don't mess with a man's food.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not a young man's food who's angry. So anyway, I've turned around and said, I want me fucking food. So trying to palm me off now and not give me a breakfast. So the little bit of, they give me a tray with a bit of beans on, a carton of milk and a fucking 1 Weetabix. And I'm looking at him thinking, you know what? The screw that was eating the sausage, I just went bang, bounced it off his head. Got off, went to my cell, chilling with my pad mate. Don't know why I had a pad mate. Little cum always dead now. Got shot in Crocky. He was my pad mate. Fucking, I'm sat behind the door on a chair. They've said I've barricaded. So we've seen a screw come round, look in when they've done the count and got off. But he's fucked off and said I've barricaded when they hadn't. I'm just sat on a chair, normal prison cell chair. So I'm hearing all this commotion outside the cell, get up and have a look, and there they all are, shields. Shields on, mask, helmets and all this. So the first thing I done is get a shower, just go, you know, right by the door. So when the door goes in, they're all on their ass, yeah? So that's what's happened. They've all come in, bang, gone on their ass, twisted me up, manhandled me, battered me, proper giving me. They got the straps on. I'm getting carried down a block. Got 10 of them carrying me, body shotting me, choking me, twisting me ears, all mad stuff. With a governor following them. So I'm getting dragged down. As I'm getting dragged down this cell, I've recognised one of the screws, S.O. Haig from Speak. He's been a rat with us for time and we knew his address. So I've turned around and said to him, you fucking little rat Haig, this is all your fault. I know your address, you better protect your address. I've gone the block, I'm in a strip cell. 2 days later, transferred Strangeways. A day later, preceding there, threats to kill on S.O. Haig. Got 18 months for it.
Jeez.
So the original charges I was in for on this John Jarvis, whatever, I was acquitted on. But then I was kept in custody on the threat to kill against the screws and given 18 months for it.
So because of that, the screws must have treated you very cautiously. And like I said earlier, there's good and bad in every profession. Were there times when screws did something nice for you?
Yeah.
There was, I can remember this one woman. I can't remember her name, but I believe I paid her back well. So I've landed in a jail in Yorkshire, Lindholm. I'm in there. All the screws are horrible. You know, it's a stronghold for the POA, Prisoners Officers Association. So throughout the country, you've got strongholds at the POA, and them prisons are like torture camps. They're locked down. You can't do nothing. So I've landed in this one. And there's this little woman screw from Yorkshire lass, little fat woman, not like little chubby woman, glasses on, very polite. And for some reason, she's doing everything she can for me. So she's getting this done for me, she's getting that done for me. She's just doing everything she possibly can above board that she can do for me, she's doing. She's getting me out the cells, getting me cleaning, extra exercise, extra gym. No, just all this boss things. She's boss woman, I love her. All of a sudden, she moves onto a wing. She wants me to come over onto her wing and live on her wing as a head cleaner. So I've said, yeah, sound. The whole jail's locked down. There's only the cleaners out. So I'm changing my cell. During that time, they've got the basics. You know, the naughty boys out to get the showers and stuff like this. So I'm on the floors doing my cell, and then I heard the woman scream on the ground floor, and I think, wow, What the fuck's going on down here? So I go down the stairs, and as I get to the bottom of the flight of stairs, you've got this woman and 2 other officers, and then you've got this big cunt with a weapon. I didn't know he had another weapon down here, but it's fact. You know, I was congratulated by the ombudsman for saving this woman and stuff. I've got the letter, yeah. So as I'm coming down the stairs, he's a big nonce, this kid who got out at the moment. He's already just went on to someone else on basic. It was in the shower with him at the same time, and he's just weighed him in with a cosh. So he's done this kid in the shower, come out the shower, and now he's snarling at this woman. I've heard the snarling, I've come down the stairs, and he's just there for me. He's just there for me to take out. So I've just took him out, bang, latched onto him, choked him, put him a kip on the deck, and then backed off. You're on it? But the woman was so appreciative because he was a sex offender, he was about to attack her. He had a weapon there and one in his hand when I've grabbed him. So when I've grabbed him around the neck, he's had one concealed as well. So he was looking on doing damage. But that's just another...
But they never gave you a medal for it.
They never give me nothing for it, mate. All they done was give me this letter saying, thank you very much for your actions on House Block 2. I've still got it.
Brilliant. Was she moved, the woman, after that incident?
Yeah. Of course she was. I just say it, but, you know.
Yeah.
Prison's a mad place for your nanny. And basically, she was a nan. You're on it.
Did you save anyone else?
I've saved some kid who was dying on spice.
Can you give us that story?
This is in Inley. This is on the last 12 months of my sentence, mate, and it ruined me. I don't know what the kid's name, I forgot his name, but I complained about it, put me in a cell and shit me out. Put me down the block and shit me out on the back of it. But this kid, the spice epidemic, I was in Hinley. They used to have these kids that were just, they've got nothing. And what they do, they come out the cell and seek spice for nothing. And they consume whatever they were given there and then for nothing. So you'd have little rats from Halewood or something, getting these victims and giving them just too much. And the minute they have a couple of pulls of it, they're going into shock and shaking. But this one kid, he was doing it every day. He'd flip, he'd go under, he'd have the medics out, but he'd still come back and want more. This one occasion, though, it was different because he's running round the landing like a dog. Do you understand that? See, human bodies like that, but I don't know how he done it. He was bent at the knees like that, running. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So his feet, he's on the floor like that. But button walls.
Fucking hell.
He's button walls. I'm not
Jesus.
messing. Anyone who was in Inley with me in 2017 and that will tell you straight. This kid, he's running around the landing and he's going full pelt into a wall with his head, bouncing off it, coming back round and going into another wall. And he was doing that off wall. I've had to whip him up. And he's on the deck unconscious now, swallows his tongue. I've got 3 screws standing there, I haven't got a fucking clue what to do. I'm medical trained. I've done medical fucking training all right through my prison, yeah? So I know what to do. Luckily his tongue's popped back out, but he stopped breathing. So there's me, giving him this shit. The screws are standing there, I haven't got a fucking clue what they're doing. And you know what? I saved him. He goes to hospital, he recovers. There's an investigation. They scrape me right out the investigation.
Take the credit themselves.
Don't even mention my name. Put me in the block when I start moaning about it, saying I'm fucked off this is affecting my mindset. I watched that kid die and saved him and you aren't doing nothing for me, I only can't. You just fucking me off. But I've got all the complaints, I've got the whole complaint process.
Was that the craziest you ever saw someone behave on Spice, or were there other crazier behaviour?
There's all different types of behaviour.
On Spice, different levels?
What it definitely does, is brings you back to infantile ways. Do you know what I mean by that?
No, describe.
Infantile. Do you know what that means?
It's like goo goo gaga.
Yeah. It's exactly what it does to you.
You're just drooling on yourself and shit.
No, it makes you... No, not that. It can do that. Don't get me twisted. I've seen people who can only communicate with their eyes. Are you okay? That's all they can do. You're on it.
Yeah.
But what it does to many people is bring them back to infantile ways. So they can be crying off a situation on Coronation Street.
I shouldn't be laughing, but fucking hell.
But that's what it does to you, man. It fucks with your emotions. It makes you infantile.
Yeah.
You become dead emotional over like
Hilda
someone getting knocked over by a car on Corrie.
Hilda Ogden's.
Yeah. But you'd be sitting there, you know, it is what it is, bro.
And what's the most dangerous behaviour you've seen on it, other than the guy running like the dog?
I've seen all sorts of shit, like people climbing on roofs and climbing on nets and jumping off things.
Seen
And
them jump.
yeah, just jumping off the top of fences.
Have you seen people die from jumping, landing on the nets?
No.
Did you come across or experience any corpses?
Suicides. I've had one in my cell, mate.
In your cell?
I've had a kid hang himself in my cell.
Your cellmate?
Yeah.
What happened there then?
Nothing. He just fucking hung himself. I'm going to bits off it. He just fuck you off, put you in another cell.
Who was your cellmate? What was his story?
This is what happened, lad. This is an old course, this. And what they'd done a Ouija board. Do you know what a Ouija board is?
Yeah, the spiritual.
You shouldn't fuck with that shit.
Yeah.
Because these kids were sweet. I'm in a double cell now. I'm still a YP. My double cell's like this. So you got a bed there, your bed there. But normally they're just bunk beds. Yeah. What's the kid's name? I can't remember the kid's name. But anyway, these kids have done a Ouija board. Out of them 3 kids, one hung himself in my pad and one hung himself in his own pad with his mate.
Right away?
Yeah, the next night. I just woke up, he's hanging, he's wobbling. I've saved one as well in Bedford.
What now?
From hanging. I've woke up, he's shaking, took him off the thing, put him down.
That wasn't a Ouija one, that was a separate
That's
one.
just a normal suicide thing.
So he was depressed on drugs?
I don't know. They don't tell you. No, I never recognised he was going to string.
In Arizona, if the gangs want to take someone out, they'll use a hot shot.
What's a hot shot?
Just overdose them with heroin.
All right.
Come across anything like that?
No, but it has happened.
Yeah.
I know that's happened.
Yeah.
I know of smackheads on the street that are dead through overdosing when people have made them overdose.
Yeah.
You're on it. It's the best way to kill them.
We had a cop on, Neil Woods wrote a book, Good Cop, Bad War, and he said in Brighton, all of a sudden, the rate at which the heroin users were overdosing was like hundreds of % higher than all the rest of the country. And he investigated it, and he found out that the dealers were saying that anyone who talked to the police or suspected of talking to the police, that was it. They were just going to get a hot shot, and that's how they took out all these low-level people. And it just went down then as an overdose. No murder investigation.
You know, but it's too good to be true, it is.
Yeah.
That's too good to be true.
Yeah. So the gang structure then in the UK, in Arizona, it's all racial. You said that the Muslims have got this clique that's tight, and then the whites are like, they don't really stand up for each other.
Yeah.
But then you've got like a Northerners will click up if they're in London.
Yeah.
In London prisons, there's different postcodes.
Yeah.
So that's probably confusing for the Americans because it's all just racial gangs. And
But here, it's not racial gangs here.
it's area. It's by area.
Here, you can be Asian, African, Jamaican, and all sit in the same group and have the same agenda and the same principles. So it's not. But in the prison system, it's more group, like religion groups. Just the same in America, where you've got what do they call it? The black version of Islam, or they call it something. Like in America, you've got different versions of Islam. Just like in Christianity, you've got the Coptic Christians who are very extreme. So it is what it is. The gangs in this country are completely different to the gangs in America. We're not unlike them.